Hello, you're watching Shalom World News. I'm David Kerr. Here's your latest news headlines from around the globe. The French capital city of Paris has been consecrated to the Sacred Heart of Jesus and the Immaculate Heart of his mother Mary. The ceremony of consecration took place on Saturday, the feast of the Assumption of Our Lady into Heaven, following Holy Mass at the city's Sacré-Cœur Basilica. It was performed by the city's Archbishop, the Most Reverend Michel Aupetit. Due to COVID-19 restrictions, only 450 people were allowed inside the church. However, around 2,000 others were able to take part outside the basilica thanks to 4 giant outdoor screens. During his homily, Archbishop Aupetit lamented plans by the French government to liberalize the country's bioethics laws. He reminded those listening that life belongs to God and no one else. He concluded his sermon by stating that the Virgin Mary watches over us, that she teaches us the will of God the Father and how to welcome the Holy Spirit, so that we can truly live in communion with God. To the United States now, and around 2,000 people prayerfully participated in a Rosary rally and Eucharistic procession through the streets of the state of Wisconsin's capital this weekend. The event in the city of Madison took place on Saturday and was aimed at fostering peace and unity across the country. Those processing prayed the Holy Rosary for all 50 states of the US. They were led by Bishop Donald Hying of the Diocese of Madison and Archbishop Jerome Listecki of the Archdiocese of Milwaukee. Proceedings concluded with Benediction in front of Wisconsin's state capitol building. The organisers stressed that the event was spiritual rather than political in nature, though, explaining their belief that only God the Holy Spirit can heal a divided nation through the intercession of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Meanwhile, a US senator has written to the country's Department of Justice, urging them to ensure the safety of Catholics and Catholic churches. Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana says he wrote the letter in response to an increasing number of attacks against Catholic churches and Catholic imagery across the United States in recent months. In his letter to the US Attorney General Bill Barr, Senator Kennedy emphasises that freedom of religion is so integral to the fabric of the North American nation that it's codified in its First Amendment to its Constitution. Thus, any attack upon churches or Catholic imagery is, quote, hostile to the nation's founding principles, the fibre of what makes America great, and must end, says Senator Kennedy. He concludes by urging the Attorney General to continue to actively work to identify and prosecute those who have committed destructive acts. He also asks him to focus efforts on preventing any future violence against both Catholic people and Catholic property. The political dream of Pakistan's founding father of an inclusive nation that protects non-Muslim minorities should now become a political reality rather than just remain mere political rhetoric. That was the message from Pakistan's human rights watchdog upon the country's National Minority Day on August the 11th. The occasion marks the anniversary of a 1947 speech by the country's founder and first Governor-General Muhammad Ali Jinnah, in which he promised protection for non-Muslim communities in Pakistan. 73 years later, and the Human Rights Commission of Pakistan say that that speech should now, quote, be treated as policy direction rather than political rhetoric. They noted that Pakistan's religious minorities continue to be relegated to a second-class status as citizens who are vulnerable to discriminatory practices, forced conversions and faith-based violence. That assessment has found support among the country's Catholic hierarchy, with Bishop Indrius Remit of Faisalabad stating that, quote, disparities of rights in policy and laws can never ensure equality of status and treatment. There are an estimated 1 million Catholics in Pakistan. That's less than 1% of the country's population. Pope Francis says he is praying for the people of northern Nigeria who are currently suffering from terror attacks and religious persecution. The Holy Father offered his prayers after reciting the midday Angelus on Saturday, August the 15th. He urged those gathered in St. Peter's Square to join him in praying for their brothers and sisters in Nigeria. The Pope's prayers come a week after the Nigerian Catholic hierarchy issued a statement urging the African country's government to take immediate action to stop religious violence in Nigeria. In their statement, the bishops say they are, quote, tired of the situation. The bishops say that such violence must now stop and the perpetrators of such killings must now be brought to justice. Finally, this Sunday saw the Catholic Church in Poland observe a day of solidarity for the victims of this month's devastating explosion in the Lebanese capital of Beirut. That blast is now known to have killed at least 177 people and injured an estimated 6,000 others. Across Poland's churches, a common prayer for those victims was recited, followed by a financial collection for all those adversely affected by the incident. During his appeal, the Archbishop of Poznan, His Excellency Stanislaw Gadecki, expressed his gratitude to the Polish firefighters and medics who went to the accident site the day after the tragedy in order to provide emergency aid and to support the rescue effort. The August 4th blast in BEIRUT was caused by the detonation of 2,750 tonnes of ammonium nitrate that had been stored for 6 years without safety measures near the city's port. Well, that's all for now. Do join me next time on Shalom World News. Until then, may God bless you. Shalom.